Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Letter Media Live, which you can join us every weekday morning about 11 o'clock. And I have to say about 11 o'clock because we're flying without our producer again today, and I'm the guy.
You're the producer.
And whenever I'm the producer, there's a delay. Let's just put it that way.
Not like the delays that we used to have to do intentionally on radio.
Correct.
In case somebody dropped a bad word or something.
Not that we would ever do that.
No.
I mean...
Well, except in food drives.
There has been a moment, yes.
Totally unintentional.
And I can claim complete... innocence on the whole deal.
Because you were a real friend that day. You guys parted like the Red Sea and just let me dangle in the wind. Yeah.
So our Dynamite radio moment, I guess, comes at the beginning of the day.
That's correct.
For those of you that don't know the story, we were at the annual radio station Good Samaritan Food Drive, which we used to have there in front of Big Bear, which became Community
you're going
Markets.
Way back. Yeah, Big Bear.
And well, golly, I guess one year we had it in front of Heilig Myers. Remember that?
I do.
Is Heilig Myers still around?
I don't even know if that's a chain anymore. I think they went out of business.
I don't know. But at any rate, here we were, and Christina Wolford and I had done most of the okay, you do a 2-minute segment, I'll do a 2-minute segment, and doing our best to plead for people to...
I was actually doing the work, loading the trucks with the food to help the needy.
So it was time to put Mike to actually on microphone work. And so when we did this, his first words were, "Hi, folks," but it didn't come out, "folks." And we had just gotten a new digital camera. Yeah. We were coming into the digital age in radio for the visuals. And so I am stepping away because I am about, 20 yards away, maybe thereabouts, because I'm trying to take a picture of the complete setup and everything. And I hear we had this cue music that would come on. It would bong, 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 bong. And that let us know that it was time to talk. And here comes Mike Smith. And he says, "Hi, folks."
My mother hated that word. She rolled over in her grave, I think, at that moment.
Yeah. And so at that moment in time, we all lost it. I'm already standing 20 yards away, and I see people walking away from the setup.
What happened?
And Mike is standing. You'd have thought he passed gas or something, and everybody just took off.
Yeah. Real friends when you need them, yeah.
So eventually he got around to the selling point of come bring food.
Please come down and help us. Help the needy.
Somebody please help rescue me because
I'm in the need right now.
Yes. So what a interesting moment that was. And it was all at Mike's expense, but it was we couldn't have asked for a better person for it to happen to because nobody was going to suspect Mike to actually say that.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah.
So, folks.
Did you notice that Mike and Aaron are on today?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
We'll need to talk to that boy about that because
he's replaced you.
Yeah, I've been replaced. That's how it goes. All right. See, back in the radio days, we didn't worry about all the graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It was just
what you heard.
Talk on the microphone, would you?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at what's happening with weather for us today.
Is it spring yet? I noticed spring training has started, so...
it's still frosty, I know that much.
Maybe some of that weather's moving our way. Yeah, it did start out with some frost this morning, but we do look for some sunshine today, warmer temperatures with a high of 51, even warmer tomorrow with sunshine and a high of about 58, as you can see on our little weather map. But they're looking for a chance of rain on Thursday. Now, one of my apps said possible rain on Friday, but I heard them saying on the weather this morning that most of the rain will be Thursday only. So.
I think I just discovered a way to fix what we were talking about. There we go.
Ah, there you go.
It should now be Dan and Mike.
There we go.
So
just so newcomers won't get confused.
Yeah. When did Ramey change his name to Aaron?
His new stage name. Yeah.
All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at what's happening with news and information. We do have a This State in History that is our revolutionary moment.
Yes.
And do we have a date with that one?
You know, they did not provide a date. Well, I take that back, 1778.
1778.
But not on this day.
But it'll be the year, the time period that we're looking at.
Yes.
So, all right. So yesterday we introduced to you, we have a new sponsor.
Welcome aboard. Yeah.
Yes, it took a while to get our parent company to be involved with this, but
I want to see if this experiment's going to work, the boss is saying. Yeah.
but
7 years in, he finally is convinced it's going to stick around.
Yes, we're happy to have Litter Quality Propane as a part of our sponsorship packages here. Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com. Coming up, news next.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
It's only
do
worth
the
it if you
best
enjoy
you
it.
can.
The Globe Ultra.
Big yards, small yards, hilly yards, silly yards. Every yard is unique, and every yard, no matter how much you love it, can be uniquely frustrating to mow. That's why Country Clipper is designed to tackle any obstacle imaginable. It's the perfect mower for even the most imperfect yard. Country Clipper, engineered for easy.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
Forget what I said.
As we always tell you, you can find news when you log on to our website, littermedia.com. Also follow us here on Facebook and Litter X, formerly Litter Twitter, and our YouTube channel. You can check out some items there. And we just realized we got prepared for everything, and we forgot that Dan doesn't have copy for the news. But I can make my way through this. This is Reverend Brad Jones from Living Waters 3CU Church up in Kingston, talking about getting ready for the graduate banquet they're going to have. This is a recognition banquet for graduates of Logan Elm, Zane Trace, and this year, Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center.
We'll be having a guest speaker to come and kind of just motivate the young people for the next adventure of their life, whatever it be, college or career world. We're going to be providing some scholarship money, and that scholarship money is not earmarked for anything specific. There's nothing that says you have to use this just for college. These scholarships that will be provided by some of our local sponsors is to help somebody if they are going to college. They can use it towards books or board or whatever, or if it's somebody that is going to get into the job world and they need steel-toed boots, right, or a uniform, tools. This money is there to help them get a start in whatever adventure they're going to pursue in their new adult life after high school.
And you can hear more about what he has to share on our YouTube channel as well as here on Facebook. But here, again, is the details, April 7th. But there is a registration deadline of March 27th. That way they know how many, you can get a good head count and that sort of thing. But also, if you want to apply for the scholarship, you need to make sure you do that as well. Forgive me, I said March 27th. It's actually March 22nd that we see there. And if you'd like to learn more, you can scan that QR code that is on your screen for those of you watching here on Facebook and YouTube. Also, Daniel and Jessica Griesheimer were in studio with us here a couple of weeks ago to talk about some of their projects they have going on. The challenge of making a film and making it all here in Chillicothe. Kind of like what we've seen happen down in Atlanta, Los Angeles, New York. Well, now they're doing what they can to make that happen here. For Daniel, this means bringing a make-your-own movie class to Ohio University's Chillicothe campus. The class is split into 9 parts, each costing $20 to attend, with subjects ranging from how to write and develop a screenplay to understanding cinematography and camera techniques. He's going to have some pros come in as guest speakers for all this, too. The classes begin March 6th at Bennett Hall, room 131. Classes are each Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., with the final session being May 1st.
This is Justice for Animals Week, a week dedicated to raising awareness around crimes committed against animals. Now, the Fairfield Area Humane Society's Facebook page this week is sharing more about the definition of animal cruelty, how to report it, and some stories about some of the pets that they have given a second chance for. Now, this is Dave Lamascolo. He is their humane officer, and Dave does a great job over there taking care of these little fellow. I don't know what breed of dog that is.
That's a pit bull.
But he's a cutie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
looks like he's pleased.
But I'm sure if you contacted Ross Humane Society, they could tell you also more about Justice for Animals Week.
You know, pit bulls get the raw end of the deal because they are so many people purchase them to train them to fight. We've got one in our family. It is sweet as can be. Yeah. Intimidating, yes. But when she comes up to you and you just pet her on top of the head, she just rolls into you like a big old blubber mouth. You know, it's just amazing how. And I've heard other pit bull owners say they get a raw deal. They really do, because they're some of the nicest animals you could have.
Also, this is the monthly free cruise into downtown Circleville. We're finding out that they're going to move that location. It's still in Circleville, but Uptown Circleville and their first Friday events will be bringing all kinds of entertainment and packing the streets downtown. And if you're interested in joining Round Town Cruisers, reach out to them on Messenger or email. I think in years past they always held it right in front of the courthouse. I think maybe they're going a little bit further into the downtown for the 2024 cruise-ins. State Teachers Retirement System of Ohio will be hosting a town hall meeting on February the 27th, and that will be between 5 and 6 p.m. at the Chillicothe-Ross County Library main annex. They'll be discussing issues facing the current teachers' retirement system in the state.
Which has been in the news a lot here of late.
Right.
So certainly if you're a teacher, you want to know what's going on there. No question. This is going to take place not too far from here. Registration for the 2024 Ohio Beef Livestock Judging Contest is open, and that judging contest is Friday, March 15th. No in-person registration is acceptable. All registration is completed prior to the event. Early registration deadline is Thursday, February 29th at $10 per participant, $40 per team. Late registration deadline March 1st through the 10th at $15 for participants, individuals, and $60 per team. All individuals and teams participating in the judging contest at the Ohio Beef Expo must sign up on the online at ohiobeefexpo.com. And is this held in Ohio State?
I believe it's up in Columbus, but it's open to, obviously, extension, 4-H people all over the state of Ohio. So this is kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal. And this is a big deal, too. Don't be alarmed if you hear some sonic booms today between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., which I didn't hear anything during that period. But they're going to be back at it again 1:30 to 3:30 today. A functional check flight conducted following heavy maintenance on the aircraft, putting the aircraft through strenuous testing and maneuvers to ensure all systems of the aircraft function properly and ensuring mission readiness before putting the aircraft back into the operation rotation. I've often wondered at times, is it possible that they're just out catting around having a good time? That was my first thinking when I saw this, but you have to test this
right.
To see, if it's pressed into action. Plus, if you're a pilot, you need to know how far you can go with it too.
I don't know what Mach I think that was an F-16 that we were looking at there. I don't know whether that's Mach 1 or 2 is their maximum, but they're flying, folks.
Yeah.
They're flying.
Yeah, they're supersonic speeds. Pretty incredible stuff. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at sports. We're in high school tournament basketball time, so that is just ahead for you. But first, we want to tell you about our friends at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. And in order to do so, we need to get this in front of us. When you see this ad anywhere you visit at littermedia.com, just click on it, and it will take you to the Scioto Valley Dumpsters Facebook page. And give them a call at 740-253-8389. Now, when you get to their Facebook page, you'll see up-to-date information, all sorts of things that they're involved with, the projects, things that they do. They do demo work. In some instances, they'll do the cleanup for you. But if you just need a dumpster and you're doing the work on your own or for your commercial business, they can take care of you. 740-253-8389 for Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Sports. Next.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
As we have told you in the past, we've got sports, and that includes tournaments. And I want to say thank you to Tomlinson Insurance Agency. They are part of our sponsorship package for our radio coverage of tournament action, which starts this Thursday.
Yeah. Boys Division III sectional semifinals were held last night, and the winners include Zane Trace, Adina, Pike, and a thrilling come-from-behind win. They were 11 down and scored with about 2 seconds to go in the ballgame to put them up. Portsmouth, Payne Valley played them a lot tougher than I thought there, but Portsmouth came out on top. Big win for Fairland over Huntington. Valley beat West in overtime. Eastern Brown, Northwest, Nelsonville, York. Ironton came back from 8 down in the fourth quarter to beat Rock Hill. South Point, Belpre, and Chesapeake were all winners.
My son was at the Huntington game, and I knew I could watch it on YouTube. When I tuned in, it was 41-6.
Wow.
And I was early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And we kind of knew that Huntington was going to have an uphill battle against Fairland, but man, they were cranking last night.
Fairland's girls team is outstanding, but
Yes.
their boys team not too bad either. Now, Division II, we'll get to that picture here in just a second.
Sorry.
Division II sectional semis tonight. Sheridan, now these are home to higher seeds. It's in the finals that they go to a neutral site. Sheridan's at Unioto, Logan Elm at Washington, Vinton County at Jackson, Waverly at Warren. That's a long trip for the Tigers. Hillsborough at Miami Trace, Circleville at New Lex, Fairfield Union at Meigs, Gallia Academy at Marietta. Division IV has Clay at Western, Green at New Boston, Eastern Meigs at White Oak, and East at Ironton St. Joe. And the Central District finally gets into action tonight with girls D3 action, Liberty Union at Harvest Prep, and Northridge at Amanda Clear Creek.
I apologize. I jumped into this early.
You were excited.
I was excited like everybody is for girls high school basketball at the D2 level. Unioto takes on Marietta district semifinals. This will take place at Southeastern High School Thursday at 7:50 will be our airtime, thereabouts, because there will be a game played prior to that one, but this one's scheduled to tip off at 8. Then our pregame begins on Saturday back at Southeastern High School as Circleville taking on Athens. That'll be at 11:50 a.m. They'll have the first tip at 12 noon. for a busy day for us on Saturday. We'll get more into what our coverage is coming up a little bit later in the week. Bowling, congratulations to Lynchburg Clay's boys and girls teams winning the Division II district bowling tournament. Now it's on to the state.
They've got the corner on the bowl.
Mm-hmm. The individual qualifiers, there was one for the boys, one for the girls, and the boys went to a player from Ironton, and a young lady from New Lexington was the qualifier for the Division II girls individually. So good luck to those kids. Now, while they have the districts, the sectionals are just starting today for some of the teams in the Division I. That's taking place in Columbus and also over, I think, Beaver Creek.
Right.
For the Southwest District, and that's where some of our teams from this area will be going to those two tournaments. So watch for more results in the coming days.
By night's end, Adena High School expects to have a new head football coach. Doug Miller, who is pictured here, has submitted his resignation after only one season with the Warriors, and former athletic director Scott Hurt is being recommended as the new head football coach. Now, Scott was actually the football coach after Howard Zodi left to go to Greenfield. Scott was there in 2001 and 2002. Paul Thomas came on and coached for a number of years, but it's expected the board will take the recommendation and hire Scott Hurt as the new Adena head football coach tonight. And I've been told by reliable sources that Paul Thomas is going to be one of his assistants.
Is that right?
Yeah. So look for some changes at Adena next fall.
Ought to be easy to schedule opponents when you have the athletic director on your coaching
Although
staff.
I think that schedule's probably already been made up.
Probably has. And I get the racing news. Yesterday, the Daytona 500 came down to the final laps, and it was a caution flag with less than a lap to go, and all Hades had broken loose about 8 laps prior to this and took out a good bit of the field. But this young man made it through, and William Bryan, or did I get that right?
Yeah, first ever, I guess, for him.
William Byron, picking up the win in the Daytona 500. I want to say that he had another win at the Daytona. Maybe it was like the July race. I don't know.
Could be.
But at any rate, Henry Motorsports, they were finished first and second for the Great American Race.
But that's their Hendrick's first team win since 2014.
Yeah, back during the days of some guy named Jeff Gordon who went running out onto the turf there to visit with Byron.
What is the color of the caution flag?
Yellow.
Yellow. So when you turn yellow, that's not necessarily a bad thing in racing. It's just be cautious.
It is to be cautious, yes.
Green flag is go. Start.
As cautious as you can be with going 193 miles an hour.
Yeah. That would not be cautious for you and I on the
And you
road.
see how close we are here? Sometimes they're closer than that. And that's kind of what sparked that last big crash. They always talk about the big one. And they're already aerodynamically not sound because you're going almost 200 miles an hour in a pack of 30-plus cars. And can you imagine what it looks like? And I know they used to say that Dale Earnhardt could see the wind. And when they say that, it's because if you've been in the wind tunnel and you see how the smoke goes around the vehicle, you can kind of tell where that wind is circulating to get the right feel off of it. So Earnhardt would go up and if you are nose to tail, then that pocket of air is going around both cars at the same time. But if you are the second car and you kind of move over to a little bit, that changes up how that wind is hitting on the first car. And that can loosen them. It can also break everything open. And if you've got a good run, it gives you a chance to get past that car. It's just, that's the neat thing about NASCAR is so much of the physics around the whole thing.
A lot of science involved.
There is. And the engineers are involved with putting those cars together. It's amazing. And they use these races to help prepare us for street driving.
Yeah.
That's why they have a particular brand of car. I mean, they've got I'm trying to remember, Toyota runs with the Camrys now, Ford runs with the Mustangs, and I believe Chevy is using the Camaro. And it didn't used to be that way. There was a period of time where it was the Ford Taurus and the Ford Fusion, and they used to use the Monte Carlo for Chevys, but this was all before Toyota got involved. So it's been interesting to watch how the manufacturers put so much money into this, just for us to watch and enjoy and wait for that big wreck.
I was watching a race and a crash broke out.
And they'll show those car cameras of the guys going through these accidents.
Yeah.
And you just see them kind of jerk around real quick, and it's because they're being hit from all kinds of stuff. Imagine what we're learning safety-wise for those of us out on the road. Problem is, there's too many people that drive on the road that think that they're in the Daytona 500, especially on Bridge Street, so be careful. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at this date in history, which on Tuesdays is the Revolutionary Moment, so that is just ahead here momentarily. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. You talk about mechanical engineering, these guys know what they're doing. And they know the systems that you need for your business or for your home. They need to know the square footage and all that kind of stuff, and they've got the mechanical and mathematical background to know exactly what you need. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Find out why they're your trusted comfort advisor. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at learnermedia.com to learn more about Accurate Heating and Cooling.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Each week, Learner Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit learnermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at learnermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Remember to visit ChillicotheOhio.com for the Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau.
It's a Revolutionary War moment since it's a Tuesday for our this day in history. And we're focusing on Friedrich Wilhelm Rudolf Gerhard August.
Who's that?
Yeah, just give him an acronym for a name. Also known as Baron von Steuben. A Prussian military officer arrives at General George Washington's encampment at Valley Forge on February 23rd, 1778, and he commences training soldiers in close order drill, instilling new confidence and discipline in the demoralized Continental Army. So I guess you could say it was a ragtag army before Baron von Steuben came along.
Friedrich, there's one. Wilhelm, Rudolf, Gerhard, August, Baron von Steuben.
Yeah.
That's 7
I guess
names.
Baron von Steuben is like, the title that he was given, not part of his name. So
From Steuben.
Yeah, it's like Christ is not Jesus' last name.
Right.
He is the Christ. His name is Jesus. So.
Is this where we get Steubenville from?
I really don't know. We'll have to look that one up.
Friedrich Wilhelm.
Yes.
Interesting. Thank you to the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution for that information to share with us today.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's Tuesday.
That is Tuesday.
Tuesday's in the book.
It's come and gone already. It's amazing. Coming up tomorrow, I am out of studio. You'll be here. Aaron Glandon will be back, so you'll make sure that he puts up his name.
His name back up there, right?
Dan and Mike there. So that is tomorrow. Is there no special edition tomorrow?
No.
So a regular edition of Litter Media.
We're regular tomorrow. No high test tomorrow. Yeah.
I had wrong things going through my mind.
Oh, no,
there for a
regular and
moment,
high test, right?
Yes.
Well, you're an old gas pump jockey. That should have just come right to you right away.
Yeah. That's like I said, I had bad things going through my mind.
Those memories, yeah.
Whatever happened to the full-service station? I know we've got one here in town.
One
now.
in Chillicothe, yeah.
But it's a dinosaur.
Yeah, bring out the Texaco man and his whitey-tighty.
Remember the commercials where there would be a team of guys coming? It was like a pit crew.
One guy doing your windshield.
Yeah, coming out for all
guys.
deal. I remember during the days I was in high school, I was what they call this, pump jockey, I think it was. And you'd walk out and you'd say, hi, how you doing? And you want me to take a look under the hood? Do you want me to do this? Check the air pressure and all this kind of stuff. And that was all fine if you had one customer.
Yeah.
But if you had 3 customers, and then the days of self-service came along.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't so much.
If you had somebody come out and ask you, can I check under your hood, you'd probably slap them. But that was just, let me check your oil for you. Yeah.
Slap him with a restraining order these days. Certainly. Yeah. But not the case for what we were doing. But there were times where, I had to check the oil and put oil in it and everything and work on tires, all that kind of stuff.
Check your radiator. Put some water in it.
And I did act like Goober every once in a while. I had the rag hanging out of my back pocket, because you always got to have that rag ready to go to test that, check the oil and everything else. Yeah. Never wore the hat, though, that Goober had. Yeah. I was more of a Gomer guy, I guess, acting like Goober.
I don't know if that was a promotion or demotion with those two knuckleheads, yeah.
All right, that's it for the program today. Thank you for watching, for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, and thank you for listening for those on Litter Media Radio. Until next time, enjoy your Tuesday. Thanks for watching.